Yo, what's up, peoples? I'm Tim from Game Invaders, and this is Crimes and Punishment, a Sherlock Holmes game, and this is a free Games for Gold game on Xbox One. If you've got gold membership, you get this game free. It came out in March in memory of the Ukrainian Heavenly Hundred. Frogware presents Crimes and Punishment, Sherlock Holmes, starring Sherlock Holmes, Dr. John Watson, Inspector G. Lestrade, Mrs. Hudson, Mycroft Holmes, Riggins and the BSI. Nope. Crazy Sherlock Holmes, what's he doing now? Alright, what can we do? Take cover at the sofa. So this is pretty cool. It's not what I was expecting actually. Graphics are quite nice. Let's take cover behind the table. Oh, that's a scary bear on the floor. What is he doing? Ah, let's grab him. Grab him.
Stop, Holmes!
Is that you, Watson?
Yes, of course it is. And you almost killed me.
Nonsense. I was aiming for the vases.
Blindfolded?
Watson, quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate. Ah, Lestrade. What is it this time?
He can see me. Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes. A gentleman by the name of Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, has been murdered.
A sailor.
Sounds like a case for Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, Mr. Holmes, how could you?
It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
You're out of your mind.
I missed 4 out of 10.
Given you were blindfolded, that was very good. Can I have a try?
Am I the only sane one here?
Who needs vases anyway?
Right, Inspector. A little brain work would be preferable now. Do please tell us more about Black Peter.
Peter Carey, born in 1845 and 50 years old. An ambitious sort, he achieved much success in seal and whale hunting around Scandinavia. Retired in 1884 with a small fortune. He invested his money in a property called Woodman's Lee, near Forest Row in Sussex. It was where he lived for 6 years, and where he was found dead yesterday.
Has the investigation already begun?
Yes and no. In fact, this crime is so mysterious that I would prefer you to join me down there.
Give me half an hour to prepare, Inspector.
Take your time and join me there. I have to go through the yard first. The merry men struck again.
What have they done this time?
They robbed a powder reserve. I'll meet you at Woodman's Lee, Mr. Holmes.
I should help Mrs.
Sounds like
Hudson.
they're making
I
bombs.
also have several appointments that I must keep this afternoon.
I shall go alone then.
Press X to open the casebook and check your current progress. Alright, so we've got to investigate the murder of Peter Carey, inspect the crime scene at Woodman Lee, select a suit using your personal wardrobe, and join Lestrade at Woodman Lee. That sounds like the first thing we need to do. So we're at Baker Street. That's in London. I've been there. And we've got a whole bunch of stuff we can look through and look for clues. So we need to find a suit. Where are we going to find a suit? Inspect Woodman Lee. Okay, so should we talk to Watson
You go
first?
along to Peter Carey's house. Mrs. Hudson and I will take care of the mess you've made here.
Yeah, thanks for that. I'm not into cleaning. Would a suit be in my wardrobe? Not likely. Where does Sherlock keep his suits? Not sure. I guess it's elementary. Oh, here we go. Alright, which suit? Morning gown, unbuttoned suit, casual suit, black suit. Let's go to black suit. Slimming, I've heard. Alright, let's exit. Alright, so we're ready to rock and roll. Catch you later, peeps. Enjoy cleaning the vases. So we've got to go to Woodman Lee. So we're in the stage coach and we can look at our book while we're on our way there. Profile of the victim. Peter Carroll, also known as Black Peter, born in 85, 50 years old. Yeah, we know all this jazz. Hopefully we get there.
Mr. Holmes, I'm over here. Come on.
Alright, let's go join Lestrade. Now can we run? We can run. If you hold down right trigger, you can run. Alright, we can examine the garden.
Was well maintained.
Looks like they're growing cabbages. Policeman.
Mr. Holmes?
You should face people when you're talking to them, Mr. Holmes.
Inspector Lestrade, when will you remove my husband's body? It's sacrilegious to leave him here like this.
As soon as we can, Mrs. Carey, I assure you. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Sherlock Holmes. He's a detective. No doubt you've heard of him. I'll wait for you in front of the cabin, Mr. Holmes.
My condolences, Mrs. Carey.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
Anything unusual?
Madam, can you tell me if you saw or heard anything unusual upon the night of the murder?
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a terrible scream. But I thought nothing of it then. He would scream all the time when he was drunk.
Okay, so he was a drunk.
Can you please tell me what occurred on the evening of the murder?
Well, Peter got drunk in the evening. He was in such a terrible temper. Usually whenever that happened, he'd stay all night drinking in his cabin before passing out.
Do you remember at what time you found your husband's body?
In the morning, at around 7 o'clock, I noticed the cabin door was open, but I didn't go in to take a look, for I knew my husband would not have liked it. At around 10 o'clock, I dared to glance in through the door and... oh dear.
Did he have
Was your
visitors?
husband accustomed to receiving visitors?
So it's one of those kind of adventure games where you have to talk to a bunch of people and get clues. And it seems like quite a good one so far.
After his retirement.
The garden is very large and well maintained. Do you employ someone to look after it?
It is true, there is a lot of work, but my husband took care of it himself.
Okay. Looks like we've got all the info we can. What are we doing now? We can look at her face. Okay, we can look at her whole body. Oh, let's check out her necklace. Cameo, I'm not sure what that means. What, she's got a cross. Catholic rosary. Oh, looks like there's a few more things we need to discover. Crested tit, that's a bird. And a funny name bird at that. Gardening gloves. What else do we need to find? This thing. Character portrait completed. Everything will be easier.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes, life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Choose evidence that confronts the statement of a character in order to continue the investigation. Alright, well I'm not sure how we can support what we just said. I'm going to try clicking on him. No, we can't do that. Pilgrimage, we'll try that.
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary.
It's the power of deduction, Mrs. Carey. Okay, well, are we looking for a gardener now, or more clues, I guess? Let's have a little run round and see what we can find.
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Looks like, who's this guy? Is this a policeman? He's doing a bit of gardening or helping himself to some veggies.
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin. We took care not to touch anything.
Alright, let's check it out.
The door is locked.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it. I locked it yesterday to ensure that no one should enter the cabin and tamper with the evidence.
Ah, good thinking.
Hello, hello, hello.
What is it, Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Let me see.
Alright, I suspect that was the killer that tried to get in. Concentrate on your attention finding details that others inclined to overlook. Alright, so we found some scratches.
These scratches are fresh. You're right. Someone tried to force open the door.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Our mysterious visitor came here last night.
Well, he's not the man for the job. This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool.
Alright, let's get in there. Yeah.
What a terrible way to die.
What happened to him? Pool of blood, let's have a look at that. So there's a sea knife. So it could have been a sailor. Rotate the object in any direction to thoroughly uncover new details.
This blood is from the pool.
Alright, is there anything else we can find? Let's look at the handle.
This wooden handle is plain and solid. Peter Carey tried to defend himself with this knife, but he did not succeed.
Okay, so it was his knife. Alright, there's a book here.
JHN are probably the initials of the owner of this notebook.
Alright, can we look at it? Can we open it? Alright, looks like that's all we can find with this book. Oh, blood.
The pattern of the blood stain indicates that the notebook was not lying on the floor prior to the crime, but it was dropped into the pool of blood after the death of Peter Carey.
Ah, so the bad guy was looking for something, or so it would seem. Alright, well that's enough of that. Although it does look like it's lying in the blood right where the splotch is. The spot's on the table. We've got a tobacco pouch, and it's got
The
someone
initials
else's.
PC have been crudely burned. A sailor's work.
Hmm.
Someone drank from this glass
Looks like there's two dirty glasses.
Someone drank
So it seems like he was drinking with his killer.
rum, a sailor's drink. It seemed that
So it sounds like one of his old sailor buddies came and got him. Probably tried for money, would be my guess. See what we can find in this trunk.
old navigation instruments, nothing interesting.
More sailory items.
Peter Carey's boots. They look to be a size 8.
It looks like there's a pouch there. So we got some boots. Let's have a look at his books.
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn.
Maybe it was one of his old sailors. Maybe he didn't pay him enough.
The tooth of a sperm whale. Probably.
Alright, so he's got some sperm whale teeth. Alright, let's check him out.
The weapon fully penetrated the body. The force of the blow was immense. Peter Carey was impaled to the wall by a whaling harpoon.
Whaling harpoon. Let's look at his clothes.
Peter Carey was fully dressed. He was not caught by surprise. It is possible that he knew his
I'd say that he did know his murderer. Maybe I might have missed something there, so I'm just going to have another quick look. Right, we've seen the pool of blood. Let's have a look at his
This man
face.
is in his 50s, yet he still looks quite strong.
Okay, we've looked at the pool of blood, looked at his face, we looked at his clothes. I think that's about it. What do we got else?
The Sea Unicorn. She was the ship that Peter Carey commanded.
Oh, there's a harpoon missing from the harpoon rack.
Probably taken from this rack.
Okay, I think that's... Here's a map. There's a bit of a trail of where they went and caught their sperm whale. Dundee.
It's a whaling map.
Any more evidence? Ship's logs.
The ship's logs of the...
Anything we missed in the crate? Looked like there was a little bag, but no, we don't need that. Well, I think that's all the clues we can muster. Let's have a talk to Lestrade.
Have you finished inspecting the crime scene?
I don't know, have we?
Mr. Holmes?
Anything behind the cabin that the killer might have hidden? Doesn't look like it. Alright, I'm running out of ideas. I think this is a pretty good game, and if you're into Sherlock Holmes, you'll really like it, or if you're just into trying to solve crimes, you'll also like it.
Taken from...
I'm not sure what we do, if it tells us where we found all the clues we need.
Peter Carey was... The weapon...
Nothing in the pool of blood we missed. Nothing in the notebook we missed. Oh, here we go. Oh, so you use RB for extra keen searching skills. Doesn't seem like it's helping me. No, I don't really understand the extra keen searching skills. Hasn't he always got that? Let's have another look at the weapon. Suspiciously empty space outlined in the dust.
This place is not covered with dust, like the rest of the
Alright,
shelf.
something's been taken from the shelf.
From here, it was larger than a book, a box, or a small chest, perhaps.
Interesting. Maybe the notebook goes there. Oh, now we can open it. I'm pretty sure I couldn't before.
These abbreviations mean something, but what?
Maybe they're different places out in the sea. Maybe he's got buried treasure. Let's see if we can put the notebook here. Although it looks like we've got all the clues we need now. I'm going to press the Y button and see what happens. Find a pair of related clues that will form a deduction. Red colour signifies an unachievable clue. Alright, so... No gardener. That does not sound feasible. She might be hiding something. Several unsuccessful attempts were made to break in according to the scratches. A leather notebook with initials was stained in blood. Pinned to the wall. Peter carried body was impaled to the wall with a harpoon through the chest like a butterfly. Okay, so let me use the help because I'm not sure. Alright, so let's try the notebook and the break-in attempt. Does that help us? Oh, I missed something. Something about an ambush.
Someone was here yesterday. They attempted to force the door to gain entry.
Alright, so we need to organise an ambush to try and get the guy in case he comes back. So maybe we need to plant the books. Alright, let's go talk to Lamstrad. Is that his name?
Well, Mr. Holmes, what do you think?
I think that we are lucky,
And why is that?
because of last night's attempted break-in.
Oof, you've lost me.
It is very probable that whoever came here hoped to find the door open. They tried to force it with a knife blade, but they failed. What will they do? Why, return tonight, when they will be better prepared.
Aha! So what do you propose?
We shall remain on the outside, near the window, where we stand the best chance of catching sight of our visitor. Well, gentlemen, ready your pistols. We have a long night ahead of us.
Okay, so where are we going to hide? Behind the cabin?
This looks like the perfect hiding place.
Alright, so we're hiding behind the cabin. Hopefully the murderer rocks up and we can nab him. Here he comes.
Did you hear that?
Don't need to talk. If you want, you can just go around the corner and grab him. Maybe it's the wife's lover.
Someone there. I'm gonna collar him.
I'll be right behind you.
Police! Hold it right there.
Oh, not right behind him.
Mr. Holmes, come and see what we've caught in. All right, my fine fellow. Who are you and what are you doing here?
You're detectives, I suppose. You imagine that I'm connected with the death of Captain Carey. I assure you I'm innocent.
Innocent? And what are you doing in his cabin?
Shall I tell you? You came to retrieve what you had lost after killing Peter Carey, but we were here waiting for you.
What is your name?
John Hopley Nelligan, but I didn't...
Do you deny that you came here yesterday?
No, but yes, it's just that I couldn't...
I'm tired of this. Off we go to the yard. Tomorrow, I'll see that you're put in front of the judge.
What? But you can't! I'm not... It's a terrible mistake!
Enough. You can explain all of that to the judge.
I think the wife did it,
You're coming
maybe.
with me
I don't think this guy did it.
But...
In light of recent events, it seems evident that your coming here was unnecessary. All the same, I'm very grateful to you, Mr. Holmes.
You are welcome, Inspector. But please don't be too hard on our young fellow. I would like to question him tomorrow morning.
Well, anyway, I don't want to give away too much more of this game, but I think it is a great kind of mystery game. And like I said, if you like solving mysteries or you like Sherlock Holmes, you'll really dig this game. And you know, for the style of game, it is well made. I'm going to give it 4 out of 5. It was free, so that's extra awesome. If you're a Sherlock Holmes fan, then give it an extra star. You're going to really dig this game, and all I can do is recommend it. So anyway, thanks for watching my video. Make sure you subscribe. Press the button down below to subscribe. Join the Game Invaders army. I'll be back checking out some more games soon, y'all. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. Bye.